that field because I knew like I wasn't gonna take no for an answer. You know, like I wanted it. I wanted it too bad.
Next up, we have Matt Matera, followed by Jenna Lane.
Okay.
Hey, Chapelle, congratulations on getting drafted by the Tampa Bay Bucs. I was just curious what you think is a strength of your game and how your game fits the Bucs defense.
I'm sorry, I couldn't even hear. I'm sorry. Can you say that one more time?
Oh, yeah, sure. I was just wondering what you would say is the strength of your game and how your game fits in the Bucs defense.
Oh, I feel like my speed and my tenaciousness just as a defender. I'm sorry, I got another phone call. I had to decline it. But I feel like my speed and just my tenaciousness just as a defender, you know, I just feel like I'm gonna be able to come in there and contribute. You know, I feel like I got a good nose for the ball. And I'm gonna come give you the effort, and I'm tenacious. Like I'm gonna keep coming after you, and I feel like that's gonna allow me to excel in any defense. You know, I got the energy and the effort to come. That's gonna bring to the table, and I feel like this is gonna just line up for success.
Okay, next up is Jenna Lane.
Hey, Chapelle, congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, terrible luck, the fact that you had those 2 ACL injuries. By the way, I've broken 3 arms, so I totally get it. Is there anything you learned in your rehab from that can maybe help you going forward as far as, you know, just trying to avoid any more of those injuries? I know sometimes it's really just luck, but is there anything that you were able to kind of learn that you think will help you going forward?
You know, really be on top of your rest and your hydration. You know, that was very important throughout my process. And just to do a lot of, you know, single leg isolation workouts, you know, opposed to doing squats here, deadlifts here, you know, do some single leg squats, single leg, just do the same thing, just do it single leg so you can isolate your muscles. And, you know, it just allows your tendons and all things like that, as I believe, to, you know, to be more stable and things like that. So I do a lot of balance work, you know, all things like that, is to keep my muscles good.
All right, next up we got Greg Allman, followed by Taylor Jenkins.
Okay.
Hey, Chapelle, I just want to ask you about. Sorry. Chapelle, I want to ask you about what your most natural position is at linebacker. You always been an inside linebacker, or?
Yes. I've always been the weak side linebacker, the will. Since I stepped foot in college, you know, that's what I played. I mean, in high school, I played kind of like a stand-up rush kind of guy. But for the most part, I was always inside. As soon as I got to college, I was always inside.
Hey, obviously Bruce Arians is a former Temple coach. Had you ever met him? And did he ever come back to Temple while you were there?
I haven't actually. I haven't. You know, today was actually the first time I actually got a chance to speak to him, and it felt like I knew him. You know, him being a Temple guy, but you know, yeah.
All right, next up we have Taylor Jenkins.
First off, congratulations, man, on being drafted. But playing at Temple in the American, you came down to Tampa and played against USF and Raymond James in, I believe, 2017 and last year. Have you ever come down to Tampa other than those 2 games? And what was your experience like in Raymond James and Tampa? And how excited are you to get back there and play?
Well, outside of football, I haven't really been in the Tampa area, but I've definitely been to Florida, and I'm excited to be in the area. You know, I know guys from Tampa, originally from Tampa. You know, they tell me like my city so all this. So I'm just excited to see what it's really about. And you know, as far as getting back to the stadium, I love always playing USF. I love coming down there. I love they had playing the NFL stadium. The grass was soft. The crowd was nice. Like I just love that atmosphere out there.
Okay, next up we have Jenna Lane.
Chapelle, you mentioned earlier that you've dealt with a lot of adversity in your life. You've had to overcome a lot of that. I mean, does that stuff go through your mind? Can you just reflect on that a little bit? And does that stuff go through your mind when you're waiting for that phone call in the 7th round?
Yes. So some adversity, you know, I've been through. I mean, the hardest part of my life, you know, it came right before high school. You know, I got evicted from my home freshman year of high school. Me and my mom, my brother, my uncle, and my uncle's girlfriend was all living there at the time, and we all had to leave. Like, we was going from motel to motel to motel. My mother ended up staying in the motel my whole high school career, I had to end up moving in with my high school football coach's parents, but was basically at my grandparents now, and that's where I'm at today. By the graces of God, they just looked out for me, took me in. They had my brother here for a while as well. They just honestly just blessed me, blessed my mother, and all just by taking me in. At the same time, when we ain't have no home, we also had no car because about 2 weeks later, the engine locked up, and so we didn't have nowhere to go or no way to get there. So that was kind of hard. And then at the same time, my father got diagnosed with cancer when I was going through this in my sophomore year of high school. He ended up passing away my freshman year of college. As soon as I stepped foot in the door, he got taken away. And I changed my last name to his because my last name originally wasn't even Russell. It was Cook before. And I took his last name because I'm my father's son, and I just want to just make him proud, make my family proud, and I just feel like everything I just been through. It's only right. I just keep going. When I was thinking about what was going through my head this whole time, and I was just thinking to being patient. I feel like it was a plan for me. I feel like I was going to fall into the right system. It was going to come at the right time. I was definitely anxious, definitely nervous, but I'm just thankful right now. I'm just relieved. I got the call. It's Tampa guys down there. I feel like this is a great atmosphere, and a great place, for me to be.
Okay, that's awesome stuff, Chapelle. I think that's all we got. Actually, sorry, we got one more for you here from Taylor.
Okay.
I believe you played 2 years under Matt Rule at Temple. Now he's the head coach in Carolina, where you're going to be going against him twice a year, if you're with the Bucs. And what can you say about him as a coach, and what would it feel like to play against him in the NFL?
As a coach, I love Matt Rule. He recruited me. He gave my first scholarship offer as a sophomore in high school. He put his trust in me when nobody else did. And, I thank him for that. He's a great coach. When it's time to play him, at the end of the day, it's a business. It's either you and me at that point. I want to get the dub. I want to get the W, honestly. It would feel good, to see him, obviously, to see him first, but, to get the W and to see him, and especially at the level we're at now, from being at Temple to him going to Baylor now, for me being at Temple now, a Buccaneer, it's just a great feeling. It's just a great feeling. Now, I don't mind. I got to play him 2 times a year. He might know my game, but hey, you got to stop me.
All right, we got time for one more. We're going to go Jenna Lane here.
All right.
What was it like waiting for that phone call in the 7th round, and what did you do when you finally got it? How did you react?
It was just how my nerves bad. I felt like I was just in here I was just shaking, kind of like, man, is it going to come? I'm talking to my agent. We started thinking about free agent deals or whatever, and we was about to lock in on a deal. And as soon as my agent said that, that's when the Bucs came, and just kind of changed the whole aspect of everything. And when it happened, I just couldn't believe it. I'm just sitting. Because as soon as they called me, I just got off the phone with my agent. So I'm like, man, I wanted to get drafted. I it's cool being a free agent. There's no problem with that. But, the feeling of being drafted, it's unforgettable. And when I got the call, it was just it's the general manager. I was just stuck. I was like, yo, this is it. This is the call that everybody else got that I've been waiting for. And, it was just relieving, all the love. I had my boys that I grew up with here. My coach's parents that took care of me in high school, they were here. My mother, the rest of my family's in Georgia, so they couldn't be here right now. But, I'm definitely get in tune with them once this virus and everything is over with. But, it just feels great. It's undescribable. You can just keep going on and on about the feeling. Because, it's amazing. It's everything you wanted and everything you dreamed for.
All right, that's awesome to hear. That's all we got for you today, Chapelle. Enjoy it, man.
All right, thank you.